This resolution.
Yeah, three. I had trouble opening it. So did the first one, right? Then today. I did you hear?
And today didn't.
Yeah,
The font is
Jeremy said
different.
he had a
Perhaps.
work, but he was gonna try, he wanted them to,
Zoom
so I think he will be joining, and he said, do not wait on.
Okay, so this is the same thing then.
This council. Glenn, you want to lead us in the pledge? Sure. Thank you.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you. All righty. We're missing a couple up front that may be joining us shortly, but we're not going to wait on. I think Greg is planning to attend or was planning to attend. He's not here. And Jeremy said he may hit a Zoom conference in just a moment. He's tied up at work, and if he has an opportunity, he's going to try to get into this. But we do have a quorum, and I want to welcome everybody to the May meeting of the Calvert City Council. Thank you, everybody, for coming. First order of business, as per our usual order of business, is to take a look at last month's meeting minutes. Has everybody had a chance to review last month's meeting minutes?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, got a motion?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Got those approved. Thank you very much. Now, one thing that I will say about Calvert City is we've had good longevity here. And we've run, I'm proud to say we run a professional organization at all levels. And like any other enterprise, we have need of changes and fresh blood from time to time. So we've got some new employees we're going to introduce first. And I'm going to put some people on the spot introducing these new employees. Brad,
Right.
you got a new one on board for Public Works. Please introduce our newest.
This is Jason Combs. He comes to us from actually works at the State Highway Department. And I think we're a good fella, and I think he's gonna make some good aim.
Okay, when did you start with us, Jason? 2 weeks ago. This started week number 3 then. All right, well, welcome aboard, and thank you for taking the time to council, and we're really proud to have new employees, so thank you very much. All right. Glenda's got a new one to introduce too.
I have Jordan Scholler, and she's my new deputy clerk, except she started February 12th. I know I told you, but you didn't see her face, so we have her here now. She has a finance degree, and she's fitting in very well with all my other clerks, so. And I was gonna let her kind of tell you a little bit of, she came from, where'd you come, the last place
I
you
was
worked.
at Drywall Systems Plus.
Yeah.
I handled their payroll. I've done payroll since I've been out of college. So for the last 10 years, you've been payroll, been in Calvert, a lot of it, so.
Yep.
But
Well,
She fell right in and
welcome aboard. I was told we had a new employee in Jordan. I'm like, she's not new. But anyway,
well, I know.
all right, well, welcome
I
aboard.
wanted you to see her face.
And thank you for coming. Well, you gotta have pictures. So they're already used to listening to Blair. That's a step in the right direction. All right. And as we have employees on board and as their experience grows, good things happen in the way of promotions, et cetera. Chief, I'm going to put you on the spot next. We're talking about some promotions in the police department.
All right, I'm going to do this.
Is this you got everybody here you need? Not waiting on anything.
I have 2 morning ones are here.
Okay.
Let me just up front, guys. We got a couple of our other officers that are on today. Spalding and Officer Suits is here, and Officer Bobo, he's on duty right now. He's here as well. So
We've had a vacancy for our captain's position after the retirement of Captain Robbie West, and so next progression is to fill the spot. And so we promoted Sergeant Babcock about a year ago, and so over the last year, he's assumed some more responsibilities, taking on some more of the day-to-day operations with the police department, and so we're going to promote him to captain tonight, and then also, Derek Muscovally, we're going to promote him to sergeant, to fill the sergeant spots that has just become vacant as well. Officer Muscovally has, he took the selection test for sergeant last year, did the, written test, the interview, and, with the scrutiny that Sergeant Babcock did as well last year. So he's been screened and vetted for the position, and, we're ready to bring him to the second his role and take on some more responsibility. So, a little bit here. So we'll start with Sergeant Babcock first. And I got a letter typed up. It's to the Calvert City Council. It says, it's my honor to present Sergeant Wesley J. Babcock. Sergeant Babcock was promoted last year, May 8th, 2023. He has 18 years of law enforcement experience. He's been with Calvert City Police Department since September 15th of 2010. Over the last year, Sergeant Babcock has assumed more responsibilities within the police department. Sergeant Babcock has been involved with assisting the day-to-day operations of the police department. He's been involved with the counseling and training of the police department staff. Sergeant Babcock has been involved in the hiring of new officers when vacancies are available through the selection process and background investigations. He has overseen and assisted investigations with the other officers. Sergeant Babcock has learned to evaluate his subordinates as well. Sergeant Babcock has also assisted with the Kentucky Association of Chiefs of Police re-accreditation process and Kentucky League of Cities Risk and Liability Review. The police department has had positive results with both audits. Sergeant Babcock's performance over the last year has been very good. He has shown good leadership for the police department and the city. He has the drive to succeed and motivate others. Sergeant Babcock has a commitment to make Calvert City a safe place and for the citizens who live harmoniously. It is my pleasure and with the approval of Mayor Calvert to promote Sergeant Babcock to captain. Respectfully, Chief Michael B. Canton. So, would you like to pin the badge on your husband? Councilwoman?
This many.
Oh, come on up, Tracy. It's all right.
Tracy gonna do it?
Here you go. All right, I'm fast. Sharp here.
Gonna have to take a knee.
You can get up there.
There you go.
Smart move.
All right.
So, here's a certificate. Here's your certificate. There's a letter that I granted. Congratulations.
All right.
All right. All right, so now we've got a vacancy for sergeant's position. And so.
How quickly they develop.
To the Calvert City Council, it's my honor to present Officer Derek M. Muscovally. Derek is a graduate of Hickman County High School. He attended West Kentucky Community and Technical College, where he achieved an associate's degree with a major in criminal justice. Derek began his career in law enforcement in August of 2012. He was hired by the Murray Police Department. Murray Police Department sent Officer Muscovally to the Department of Criminal Justice and Training Police Academy in Richmond, where he graduated and obtained his basic training certificate and a Peace Officer Professional Standards certificate on February 1st of 2013. While at the Murray PD, he completed a standard field training program for new officers and was assigned to the patrol division. Officer Muscovally gained valuable experience with team building, call response, special details, traffic enforcement, investigations, and court testimony. Officer Muscovally served with the Murray Police Department until January of 2017. He accepted a position with the Murray State University Police Department. While with the University Police Department, Officer Muscovally gained experience in dealing with a more diverse group of college staff, students, and athletes. In November of 2018, Officer Muscovally left the University Police Department for a position at the Paducah Police Department. Officer Muscovally completed the field training program with the Paducah Police Department and was then offered a position for the Calvert City Police Department. He started for the Calvert City Police Department on February 11th, 2019. During the last 5 years of the police department, Officer Muscovally has worked all shifts and his performance has been very well. He has been exposed to a lot of different types of calls, from helping citizens to working death scenes and all the others in between. Officer Muscovally has accepted extra responsibilities of being a certified taser instructor for the department. Officer Muscovally is also currently assigned to the Marshall County Emergency Response Team. He has also recently been assigned as a training officer for new hires for the police department. He has drive and success to motivate others, and he has a commitment to make Calvert City a safer place. It is my pleasure, and with the approval of Mayor Calvert, to promote Officer Muscovally to sergeant.
Got Tracy here.
Tracy.
Class A's.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Pictures. You go.
Chevrons, congratulations. Thank you. Just want to let you guys know that after the meeting, there is a cake that is been prepared for anyone who wants to hang out. Go ahead, thank you.
You know you're supposed to pin that collar by song.
That's what I said last time. I've done that.
Oh, have you? God bless him. Well, use the other shoulder.
It's in the army. They do that.
That's an old lady thing. Whenever.
When they can, they bleed. Oh, no.
Without the fleets on the back. So they drive it into the skin.
He had to leave me.
You can show sometime.
Scan them all. Well, I'll do it for tonight.
Hey, well, I appreciate everybody's celebration with new employees and promotions of existing personnel. It's one of the most important things we can do is appreciate all of our employees and our police. You know, when people ask about Calvert City Police, when you set up shop on 18 square miles thereabouts of territory in the U.S., bordered on one side by interstates, industrial complexes and tourism. I mean, if you're going to say we're going to have a police force, you're all in. Okay. And we're proud of the staff that we've got and the force that's been assembled. And I will speak for the council, and I know certainly for myself that we appreciate what you do. And I think that this city does a very good job of giving you guys the tools you need to be successful and plan to continue to do so. So thank you so much for your service. All right.
Absolutely.
Let's see, where are we? Visitors and petitioners in front of the council. I think I know of one visitor. We have anybody else that wants to talk? Now, remember, we're going to have cake afterwards if folks want to stick around, and some probably do. So where did Dwayne go to? Dwayne, I can't see him. Dwayne, you got something to speak to us about? I believe it's on. Maybe check and make sure it is. We won't be able to hear you on the.
No, it's not.
Well, let's make sure we get the microphone on.
I'm not touching it. I retired from that.
That's right. They're not talk all the time, but you know, these natives picks up when I was.
So Dwayne is here. Dwayne is here to give us a briefing on some happenings in the city concerning an important topic. So with that, I'll turn it over to Dwayne for a briefing.
Mayor Calvert, commission members, fellow citizens, thank you for this opportunity to speak to you tonight. One of my mentors in public speaking, be remembered by a lot of some of the older residents in town, was Reverend Benny J. Barron, who was pastor of the Methodist Church here from 1963 to 1969. Benny was, put mildly, a character, but he began his message one Sunday evening. He said, I asked Martha, and that was correct, anything that ended with an A was ER. I asked Martha what I ought to preach about tonight. She said 10 minutes. So
Okay.
that's what I'm going to try to limit my comments to, in the
Okay.
interest of brevity and cake. So we'll go from there.
All right.
Folks, we've got a matter that is a deep concern to me and many other people in town. Most of you know what this is about and are aware of it. This is an act of courtesy to come before the body to ask, to inform you what's been discussed so far. A town hall was held about this, and to ask for the city's help and support in how we confront this situation. We have had a school in this town since the 1910s. At that point in history, education shifted from private church-run facilities to public schools. You start to see public institutions come up all across the United States and here in Western Kentucky. We had some visionaries. Miss Lucy Faust was a driving force in this, and Homer and Larry Kennedy Ford in establishing a high school here, which they were successful in doing, and the first class was graduated in 1922. The high school was of such quality, and with the rail service at that time, my parents both attended it. We had people that came in from Little Cypress and as far away from Catawba to attend school in Calvert City. And Lloyd did some excellent reporting on this, and Grace Boatwright as well. Many of you may not be aware that the first woman to receive a PhD in mathematics from the University of Kentucky was a 1923 graduate of Calvert City High School. Her name was Autumn Smith Howard, the daughter of the town doctor. So we have a very, very rich legacy of education in this community. We've all heard the rumors. You can go back to 2018. There was an article printed in the Tribune Courier, which was reprinted in the Journal of Kentucky School Board Association, expressing a long-term plan that would involve the consolidation of Calvert City and Sharp elementary schools. And within the past few weeks, the procurement of land adjacent to the existing North Marshall Middle School, needless to say, this has pushed some panic buttons among some of us, myself included. To me, losing the school would be an absolute calamity for this community. I think Lloyd put it very well in an editorial that he wrote. It would be a dagger in the heart of this town. It's in the urban grid. For generations of us have walked to school here, and it is a part of the fabric of this community. I think the overarching thing that all of us want to see is the best possible education opportunities available for our children and community. No, I did not contribute to the cause, I'll admit it, but I am a product of the school system here. And we had some legacy names of quality education. We had our Lucille Stices, we had our Elizabeth Daltons, Laverne Howards, Hazel Halls, people that dedicated their lives to teaching, and I think gave us a good beginning. And my conversations with one of them, we had our coal bucket teachers too, but we won't, it wasn't utopia, but we did have a good quality education available to us here at Calvert City, and a lot of people have gone on to do well. But yes, we want quality education for our communities, but do we want it outside of our town? Do we want it removed from our community? Let's think of what this could do to us in regards to the quality of life here. What could it do to our tax base here? Property values, but to the psyche and to the morale of this community. And what we do with a big empty building sitting up here on Fifth Avenue. This is used for, of course, education, but it's also a community center. The Lions Club pancake breakfast, good neighbor night, something goes back to my day, and I think this may be the politically incorrect thing to call it, but It was known as the Halloween Carnival for many years. Things that we have had in this community that we stand the prospect of losing. Now, at our town hall, a lot of people expressed their opinions, but I think the overriding was concerned, we'd like to see this preserved for the best interest of our community and its future and its growth. And I think probably the only thing I could think of would be to endure something like Mayfield did with a natural disaster or a breach of Kentucky Dam that could be anything worse for this community than to lose our educational institution. Over the years, we've had so much of it taken away. In 1954, we lost the high school. 1974, we lost the junior high school. And in the early 1980s, it was became a K-5 institution. And the 6th grade was moved to the middle school, North Marshall. It's eroded over time. We need to have a wake-up call in this community. I'm very, very concerned. I don't have the figures that involved with it, but I imagine a considerable amount of the tax revenue that's generated comes out of the Calvert City Industrial Complex. Unless Mr. Mayor or any of you know any difference, any discussion between us and the school system about possible relocation, there's been no reported in the media or anything in reports of the council meeting. And I feel like it's in front of this community if it's taken out of the community without at least courtesy of some discussions about this. And apparently, if we want some discussion, we're going to have to do the initiation of such. I propose that we put all alternatives on the table in looking at this. But I think this is something worth fighting for. And the mayor gave me a little assignment. I have been working on it. He motivated me Friday to go on and finish this. Calvert City, among the populated communities or incorporated communities of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, we come in about 140th place. There are about 139 incorporated municipalities that are larger than us. So last Friday, by the grace of Google and Google Maps, I got online and looked up every community larger than us. Here's the list to prove it, checked off. Every community, folks, every community larger than us has a public school within its jurisdiction, or if it's some of the smaller cities in Louisville or Northern Kentucky, within a mile and a half, not out of Crooked Road 4 miles away from the center. So folks, it's up to us. I think we want to ask for the support of the council in dealing with this. CADA has shown interest in setting up some mechanisms to have funding for this. But I feel like that if we do not confront this and confront this at this point in time, and the school board said nothing has been done, nothing's been cut in stone, but if there's some discussion, then we need to do some discussion of our own about this. So I think the future of our town, we have a very, very good quality of life here. We have excellent public services. We have excellent location. We have excellent highway access, rail access, river access, recreational opportunities. We have a very good quality of life here. I could have gone elsewhere to live, but I chose not to because of the quality of life and the people that we have here. But we do not need to do or allow anything to happen that would diminish this quality of life. So ask you folks to consider how we could confront this. I do not have all the answers. I do not have the expertise, but I think together we can seek the expertise that we need to help get a result that will be best interest of this community's long-term future.
Oh,
Questions
okay.
or comments?
Well, first off, thank you for coming up and giving us a briefing on the town hall. And I think that's a pretty good briefing. And bringing it as to a matter of public record at the council that we have concerned citizens that want us to get involved at whatever level we can with the school board, which the school is the purview of the school board, the educators and everything, to see what the current status is and what the plans are and start that dialogue. And I think that's a very good, useful first step. And we'll endeavor to try to facilitate such discussion. Okay. But I think it is mind blowing that we would be the poster child for communities in Kentucky, the 140th, and we wouldn't have a school if, and I don't think the school board's come out and confirmed that they want to put an elementary school out on that tract that I'm aware of. But like I said, it's been a long time in the coming, and I think that that serving as a As a time to get to action on this and understand what the plans are, I think that's probably a good assessment. So I thank you for your time and coming before the council. Does anybody got any questions for Dwayne or anything? All right. Thank you. Thanks, Dwayne.
Mayor, the current school board chairman has said, at least it has been reported that he has said several years ago that he wanted to see Calvert City and Sharp consolidated and moved out of Calvert City.
Okay.
The facilities plan, current facility, no matter what they might say about this particular piece of property, the current facilities plan does project the combining of Sharp and Calvert.
Okay.
Now, they will not directly answer a question about what their plans are for this 29 plus acres that they bought. But their facilities, it doesn't matter about, really it doesn't matter about that property. The facilities plan calls for this to combine the two schools.
Okay, and that facilities plan, what's the length of that plan as you know it? Is it a
It's
a 5-year plan or?
It's revised every, I think, annually.
Okay, but it looks forward for facilities planning for some number of years in the future, revised annually. So maybe we can learn more about that.
The facilities director told them in a board meeting in January that it would be 5 years before they would have enough bonding potential to build a combined elementary school.
Okay.
They said that. So that's not them saying they're going to do it, but he told them they would have to, it would be at least then before they'd have the money to do it.
All right.
So you can't deny that in other words, they can't deny that there is some undercurrent of movement toward this end, regardless of what they do with their 29 acres.
Okay. Well, thank you. And we'll continue to keep track of media's coverage of the situation moving forward. And we'll see if we can get some dialogue going, see what overall plan is. But I think that, I'm not on the school board. We're not on the school board. We don't know the challenges they face. And obviously the box that they live in is pretty stringent from the state level. And so hopefully we can get together and make some of the best decisions on a local level that serves the students and some of our other concerns. But it's a difficult situation. I would concur that the loss of the elementary school in our community would be a significant event and not a good one. So, all right. Moving forward, anybody have any old business? Any reports on old business? We had a number, I think the meeting before last, we had people approach us about country club's plans for a pool. I think that the country club board is still looking at their options, and they have one on the table for renovations. I have not heard of any decisions that have come of that. A generator committee. That one's floundering because the mayor's hadn't got the bandwidth to move it forward. And so I've gotten another resource, has agreed to help push that forward in my absence. And we're going to get the public notice stuff done through John's office. So Mark Donahue was one of the ones I tapped on that thing initially, and very knowledgeable practicing engineer. He says he's retired, but he seems busier than ever to me, but he did agree to help move that important thing forward. Okay. And kind of take my limitations out of that problem. All right. Some old business, new business. I guess it's the utmost of new business. We've got some things we want to talk about on the budgeting process. Do we want to do that now or at the end? Our movement forward budgeting meeting.
You doing the workshop?
Upcoming workshop and distribution of
We can do that at the end if you
some
want.
information at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So at the end.
So we've got 3 items of new business on the agenda. First one is Land and Water Conservation Fund grant application. So John, you want to lead us through that one?
Okay, we are actually in the process of looking into the Land and Water Conservation Fund grant to
to expand our walking trail from Railroad Avenue, come down the road, the Bradley Darnell Superhighway, and create a 10-foot, multi-use trail paved all the way around the north side, down the east side, and then connect into the existing, trail. We're talking somewhere around, 250,000 for the total project, and then this would be, it's a 50-50 grant. So, and that was one of the items that was on the Parks Board's, pick list. So what we've got is we need a resolution. And let's see here, you should have a copy of that.
Yeah, we did.
All right.
We have a lot of resolutions. So the project estimate's $254,220. And so this is a resolution to seek 50% funding out of this. Okay. We have it in front of us. Yeah.
So what do you need a motion for that?
I need, if you all accept this, resolution, to enter into this application process, I need that, vote tonight.
I make a motion that we allow you to go ahead and pursue this grant.
Okay.
We have a second? Second. Okay. All in favor? Say aye. I guess we should back up. We didn't have any questions or discussions, so this came out in the council packet.
I have a question. I'm not clear on where it is.
Okay, so John,
Is it sort of the moneymaker
Okay,
trail?
if you start, it starts, so when we created the road that goes along parallel to the railroad tracks over here. It goes all the way out over Railroad Avenue and Cedar.
Yes.
We'll be going from that location at Cedar and Railroad all the way down across the north side, expanding to 10 feet wide, to make it multi-use trail.
So you're just gonna make that trail bigger?
What it is, we'll incorporate that new section and then widen the existing trail around the park, the north and the east side of the park.
so it needs to be wider to meet the requirements for a multi-use, which is
Multi-trail.
biking and walking. And in Calvert City, we allow ATVs.
Yeah, and it also will connect,
No.
of course, the old Calvert area. to
We allow
the
golf
system.
carts, we don't allow ATVs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All under our ordinance.
Yeah,
they're all the
so
same.
all the same. There's some signs that are in error around. So in our ordinance, the golf cart is a form of ATV, correct? Right.
Correct.
For street purposes, I think with regard to our trail, we have some additional restrictions. We don't allow everything on the trail.
Right, that's what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Right.
So are you gonna allow?
That's right.
Anything over a certain speed, I think it's anything designed for travel over, I don't remember the
I think
speed.
25.
25.
25.
So, but that
It
was
would
what
be-
I was
It
talking.
would just be an extension of what we've already got.
Okay, that's,
Right.
That's correct.
This is not a change to anything we have as far as the use of the trail.
But it was just, it gives,
I just wanted to clarify.
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
it's
So-
just allowing the downtown, the old Calvert connection to our trail.
So I think that section and the trade of land that we did with the money makers, I think it's really proven to be a good thing for people from that side of town to be able to get to the
I'm
park.
thrilled.
But like anything else that you put in, it's also been a license to have some problems. People wanting to straighten the trail out and cut corners and running off with different vehicles. So we've got a fence and some blocking. I think we're doing as best we can, but I think it's a good addition.
I cleaned limbs off of it last night.
Do I?
I cleaned limbs off of it last night.
Oh, did you?
There was limbs, there was 3 big limbs down on it last night.
Well, good. So we have a motion to accept, and we had a
And
acceptance
second.
with a vote. Okay. We still stand by that? All right. Thank you. Okay, so B is a resolution of the city of Calvert City. I'm gonna turn this one over to Greg. Supplemental of the grant to assistance agreement authorizing the amendment of Calvert City's annual budget and authorizing representative to sign all related documents, which is very difficult to say, what the heck are we talking about? So Greg is gonna explain what the heck we're talking about.
Yeah, this resolution is actually exactly the same as the resolution that we passed last year, except that last year we had some deletions. We had lined through some of the language because, in fact, we didn't have to amend our budget last year. It got all stayed within the same
here's what happened. We had a KIA grant. And the project that we were using it on didn't use all of the grant. So we got permission from the KIA to use those funds on a different project. They approved it. And normally that requires an amendment of the budget because you have to show it going to the new cause. But in our budget, it all fell within the same category in our budget, so we didn't have to amend the grant. So we drew through some lines that said we were going to amend our budget. So this is to relieve some stress on a bureaucrat. They need us to re-sign the resolution without the deletions because when we redo our budget this year, we will in effect amend the budget. And so all we're doing is re-signing the only thing we're doing is re-signing the same resolution. It's not changing anything. It's just giving the KIA an additional document to stick in their file.
That's clear as mud.
So
So
will we do this, do we do this every year?
No,
what's going on
Okay.
here? These are the funds that we got in a grant for the water line underneath Little Cypress Creek, right? So the
Correct.
project was delivered for less money than we got in grant. The extra monies was how much, Kim, or
It was 90,000 and
90?
200 something.
So instead of returning that to the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority, which gave us the grant, we were given permission to utilize that money in the water plant on the project to upgrade the HMI, the human machine interfaces. These are the computer screens and control system for the new water plant. So we took those funds that we had in excess and rolled them over. And in order to do that, I'm not going to use that word. He said an administrative person up there needs to make sure that the money is kept track of. So this resolution lets them say, yes, the city council understands that we have money flowing in excess grants over to the same thing. And the problem for us is it's the same category. The way we run our budget, it's the same category. So these individual projects, we don't deal with it in that granular of a fashion. So that's what this is, correct? How was that?
that sounds good to me.
Okay, all right.
So I make another motion that we accept the resolution as written.
Second.
All right. Any further discussion? Oh, okay. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Jeremy was going to be unable to tune in, so, okay. We'll keep him informed of what our budget workshops are. Okay, so we got the second item taken care of. Thank you for that.
Mayor, how much, would you repeat how much money was left on?
90,000.
90,000.
It was a little bit more than that, but I don't the exact. Okay. I can't think what it was.
So we had good efficiency in one project and we're able to roll it over to, it's the same thing. I mean, it's security of our water supply. That line underneath Cypress Creek is the main line from the water plant up to the power. It's the lifeblood line. So that's good. We got in front of that one. Tim sleeps better at night and I know I do too. So good news that we get to roll it over to HMI, and that project for the HMI is underway. How's it going, Tim?
It's done.
It's done.
Whoa.
Okay, it's all done, but the crying. So it's actually going to be in next year's budget, which lets us do this. So the bills have not been totally swept up and paid. There's going to be some punch list items and things that we got to get swept up before we pay it off. Okay. C, consider entering into agreement for our regular. Now, this is something we do every year.
This is it.
Rural and municipal aid for the funding of our roads. So take it away, Glenn.
This is the municipal road aid that we have to enter. We do the agreement every year and we have to pass the resolution for that money. And remember, you voted. The reason we have to do the resolution is because we're in that emergency fund. So we have to do the resolution. So if you can, I went ahead and attached a whole agreement. You can see our money this year will be $54,887.95. So we have to pass this resolution in order to get that money.
Well, I'm gonna do was it a turkey when you get 3 strikes in a row?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna be the turkey. I'm gonna make a motion that we approve, that we also approve this.
We're going to give Nita the trifecta. Do
Thank you.
we need a second? Who's going to second?
Second.
Second, Ralph. Any conversation on municipal road aid money? Nope. Okay.
Is that money that comes from the gas tax?
Yes. Yes.
It is.
And we get that by virtue of having square footage in the Commonwealth. So. I think that's a correct statement. So, all in favors? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you for that. We're plowing through the business. Okay. We'll go ahead with the, marketing director's report. Marketing director.
All right, well, Kites Over Calvert was postponed a week because of the 75% chance of rain. But it turned out to be a beautiful day that day, so I got a lot of flack for that, but anyway, I think Saturday went well. Had a
Free
good-
day you had Saturday. too.
Yes, it was beautiful, so.
And breezy too.
Yeah, I think that went well and everybody
like
seemed to enjoy it.
To take the blame for being the guy that called it off.
In your defense, it was 75% chance on Friday.
We don't call it off because of rain. We call it off because of lightning.
There's a storm.
You know, if you have unsettled atmosphere.
But cats
whether it's
don't-
rain or not,
Typically, it did rain.
But cats
On
don't fly
Saturday.
well in rain either.
No, but it did rain on Saturday, just not from 1 to 3.
But anytime you only have to have rain as long as you
Yeah.
have unsettled atmosphere.
We'll leave those experiments for what, Dr.
think-
Franklin?
I think
You
it
don't need
was,
to do it then, that's all.
it was wise to cancel. I'm
Yeah.
think you did a good thing.
That's the worst flag you get, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
That's
that's right. Even the lady at Food Giant made fun of me, so. I was checking out the groceries. Anyway,
Even.
May 18th. May 18th is the paddle up event this Saturday. We have 72 that are registered. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting time.
So
If
how
you
many?
have 72. It will be our largest one if they all show up. The last one we had 68, I think, so if they all show up, we will have 72. If you are available to help, I would be happy to have you. It is one of the easiest events because you just help people get there and it only lasts a couple of hours. So we're gonna start at 7:30 and doing shuttles from Haddock's Ferry to Kentucky Dam Boat Launch. And then at 9 o'clock, we're gonna start putting boats in the water. The rescue squad, if you know anyone that's on the rescue squad, just thank them because they take time out of their morning to come and follow the paddlers down. They are not getting any funds for this. They do it just out of the goodness of their heart. So I really, really appreciate them. Let's see, on May 24th, starting at 5:30, we're gonna do the spring golf scavenger hunt. So Memorial Park, meet at 5:30 and I promised Mike that we would be done an hour before it gets dark and everybody can get home safely. So that's on May 24th at 5:30. And then Food Truck Friday has been going on. This is the second week, moving to our third week, and always a good time there. It's from 10:30 until 1:30, Memorial Park. And then on June 1st, we partnered with the health department to do Just for the Health of It 5K. And that should be fun. It starts in Memorial Park like our normal 5Ks do. And I think they have like 40 or 50 registered, so that'll be good. But keep a lookout for that in the park. June 8th is the Kids Art in the Park. We have 36 kid vendors for the business fair.
That blows me away.
Blows me away. Anywhere from lemonade to cookies to crocheting to a kid that does crappie jigs. So I think there's something there for everyone. It is not just for kids. So adults, please come and buy these things from these vendors because
June first, you said?
it's June 8th.
June
June 8th.
That's cool.
Yeah. We also have 11 kid entertainers, and one of the groups is a 6-piece band, family band. They play the mandolin, fiddle, singing. There's a couple of cloggers, a ventriloquist, and
Very cool.
guitars, everything. So it's going to be really, really fun. And there'll be three art projects that they can work on while they're there. The Calvert City Summer Slam, I haven't checked today, but I would say we're right on the border of being full for that for the pickleball tournament. So If you want to participate in that, I would get registered, or you may not, maybe too late. The Ameribration pageant is June 24th, and you can register online. We are looking for a volunteer to help organize that, because I'm not a pageant person and none of my CATA people are either. So if you know anyone that would be good at it and would have an interest, we're all here to help. We just need a little bit of guidance. So for that. The yard of the season, the deadline for that, if you have a yard for the spring that you want to submit, is May 24th. And two last things, the Tennessee River Valley, it's a board that I'm on, and it's Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee, just the Tennessee River Valley. And we are doing a RV trail. So we're putting it out. Their mailing list has over 500,000 people that are on it, and Calvert will be one of those stops on the RV trail. And then we'll highlight, things to do while they're here. So that's exciting. Working with people from Knoxville and a lady from Alabama on that. And then we have Smoky Mountain Magazine. They're going to highlight Calvert as being a part of the Tennessee River Valley. I've got an interview with them on Wednesday. So they'll kind of bring Calvert into that. So two cool things of Calvert being in two different places. So
No, that's something different.
that's it.
Did you hear anything
Tennessee
else
River.
about the hot air balloons?
Line, Tennessee River.
So no,
That's
I mean, I
I
have
was
to
just
wait for
curious.
you guys to tell me. Yes,
What was the
it's
question?
in the budget.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And then the beauty pageant, Kata does a great job. All you Cajun ladies.
I don't think so. I think you do. You do a good job.
All right. Well, so the word will get out. I'm sure a pageant person will appear.
Fingers crossed.
I bet. Thank you, Blair.
I need to.
What's going on?
I figure I need to admit Tim maybe, but I don't know where.
No, Tim's not coming.
Tim's
He's
not
not
coming.
Tim's on the plane going toward a concert by Santana.
Oh,
So he's out of pocket tonight.
Okay,
I
and
can't believe-
Jeremy's not either, so.
Jeremy's
Okay,
not. So
I'm
we're
good
good.
then.
Nobody's knocking at the door we know of. Keep
That's
them out. If somebody's trying to
I
hack in,
kept
don't
thinking
let them
that's
in.
what was going on.
Okay. Moving right along, a quick, we got cake waiting on us. We're gonna have a quick projects list.
All right. I'll even throw the airport in there. How about that?
Okay,
All right.
do it.
Airport, we have nothing to report at this point. No, we've actually had.
That's what we're talking about.
Actually, again, the site fuel sales are doing well, at this point. Avgas is doing well, but Jet A has really done extremely well here recently, so. I'll have to continue that. We're still working, but we have a signed paperwork on agreement with the, no, it's the wildlife fence, for the design and some other pre-setup for that fence. So that's moving forward. As far as the city, inside the city itself, projects that are going on, 10th Avenue is moving along. The weather's kind of put all of our road work kind of at a standstill for the moment. But Brad and them are doing a great job on 10th. The last rain, the strong rains we had, it didn't overflow. It stayed within the new drainage that they've set up, so that's moving well. We expect to have that portion of all the preliminary work done, all the infrastructure based stuff done. And then in the next year's budget, we'll be able to pave it. So, but it actually starts there just past Rogers Calvert driveway and goes all the way around to Horse Barns Road where it exits out, what goes out west. So we're out, but that's taking in all the drainage, something that we had not had in the past.
So the rain's been good for this project?
Well, it's gonna,
It proved it.
It stops it, but it proves it,
yeah.
It proved it.
packs it a little bit.
It's actually working better than I expected, but yeah, we're getting to work a couple days a week usually on it because it'll rain a couple days, so you gotta wait a day or two for it to dry, then we have to mow, so
Yeah, there you go.
we're kind of spread out.
You can make more progress in a drought, no mowing. Okay.
Paving of West Second and Gilbertsville Highway will begin just as soon as the weather gives them the opportunity to get in here and get rolling. They're ready. They're just waiting on the weather. Same thing with we've got the notice to proceed on the restrooms that's gone out to Travis Construction. I think we're waiting. We're supposed to be laying out just here anytime now, laying out the location for it, for the site. So they can begin that project. The shades for the Memorial Park for the fountain are in. The crew, again, they are also waiting on the weather so they can actually do the install on it. So they'll be here. That was part of the purchase prices. They'll do the install. It should take about 2 days to do the install on them. So as soon as they get here, they're going to place them probably the way it sets with that one, the overhang, they'll set them dead center of the 4 outside benches. And so that's how that'll lay out. We're with the Fire Training Center PROC. We are in the process of submitting the floodplain permit for it. The surveyor has submitted the stuff paperwork to us. We're waiting. I think we need the affidavit for the 2 weeks notice to the paper to finish the application. So, and he hadn't had a chance to talk to you about that. So I'm figuring you'll have something shortly.
Should have, did that run last one?
It ran 2 weeks, but I think it was the last 2
Did it
weeks.
split the months?
As far as I know, it was supposed to run twice. So. We actually have had a conversation with KTC on the TAP fund. I'll leave it at that.
That's our walking in.
Yes, it is.
That's the one
Yes, it is.
parallel to Lone Valley Road.
Yes, it is.
Would you mind emailing me the exact and official name of that project?
Multi-use trail.
And I will follow up on the conversation I already had with one of the governor's people.
It's a transportation alternative program. And it from 2017. I'll make sure you get that in there too.
I know very well when we got it.
What is the official name of it?
It's the multi-use, it's the transportation alternative program grant or fund program. And we got the award from 2017 application.
Doesn't he have a number, like, wasn't it like, when they, the
I
trade
have
was
to go
like
back and look.
3 or something, it was,
They don't refer to it to anything but the our TAP grant. And it's a
I mean,
multi-use trail.
I thought but where she was wanting the location, basically it's the one.
I
yeah,
know where it is, but I'm
But, yeah.
just wanting the official name.
I didn't know if that was like.
Official name is multi-use trail TAP.
Okay.
Right.
From the end of Fifth Avenue to along Lone Valley.
Along Lone Valley Road, and it will stop at the Copper Road property.
At the what?
Copper Road property is where it's going to stop, and the state will pick up and come across the.
Copperwood property.
Copperwood, it's the realtor.
There's a realtor that owns that last track down there by
Okay.
on Lone Valley Road, right at 62.
Okay.
And because of the new project that's going in, the state's gonna make that connection because they said there's no sense in us building that and then them coming back and tearing it out
Right.
when they started. So they
Yeah.
said they would pick it up and take care of that.
So we get,
Have they made their official selection on what type of roundabout or whatever it is?
You need to talk to them. I don't know if they've made, I don't know.
they haven't made an announcement on that.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they made their official selection yet.
Yeah.
We did call Secretary Gray's, Transportation Secretary Gray's office. He's trying to get this grant freed up. He's talking to some folks to try to get the party raised up for us. And the dream is to have this one done and that one done, and we get all the way up and back. And that would be round trip, I'm gonna guess probably 16 miles round trip to go from corner of Railroad Avenue and up, and all on bike trail, just road crossings. That's what we've been trying to achieve for a very long time. And that's the pretty important thing. It's a dream. So
About,
Been in the works since 2017.
Mhm.
The grant was applied for in 17. It was actually awarded in 19. And that, but it came out of that funding cycle.
So, yeah, so you get a lot of, we got COVID action in there as delays. We got overall grant action delays, start and stops, restarts, and it's just been kind of the poster child for needing help. Okay, so hopefully we, anybody you can talk to about it be, of course, welcome. But hopefully we've got it going again with some personal contact to the admin branch. Anything else, John?
I was just gonna ask about the median there by the Dairy Queen. Painting it. Have you had a chance to contact the highway department?
No.
Okay.
But they have been painting,
I keep,
And it needs some building up. It's like it's crumbled there too, so.
so you're talking about the striping to be able to get into it and then the actual curb itself.
The actual curb thing itself on the.
you're talking about the median.
This was
The
the
median is-
meetings of the minutes for last month's meeting, right? Is it the same place that you're talking about? That was in the minutes?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yep.
it's also the concrete has been broken down there on part of it, but it needs painting and not the median itself. When you're turning at night, it's almost impossible to see where that drive is.
All right. Chief Davis, you got anything?
First responder calls are still high. Most of our calls are mutual aid calls. During the day, because everybody is, full staff. You got major structure fire now. It's nothing to have at least 3, 4 fighting the same fire to get enough people there to fight it correctly. It's just the way it is. Everybody's working and that's why we have the program to help each other.
Right.
So if you see the truck driving Dale or Possum truck, that's probably why it's out of the city. Which in turn, they come and help us. We had a fire down by the railroad the other day and ended up having 4 departments there to get enough people to fight it.
Yeah.
So they help us, we help them.
Well, constant need for volunteers in the fire service is rewarding work, but it's a whole lot like work. So it's kind of tough sometimes to get the volunteers number where they are. So please, publicize that. If you know anybody that needs to be recruited, tell us. We'll stick Tim or somebody on them to try to get them signed up. All right. Believe that Chief Cannon's used all of his time. So we're going to move on to the unless someone's got something. You got anything? No.
Other than if he was gonna talk about the budget, or you.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about the budget.
Yeah.
We're going to get back to it.
Okay.
Kevin, you,
I also wondered if we had anything going on at Kentucky Dam Village.
okay, we'll do that. Scott, there's cake waiting on you, man.
I was waiting to see if anybody had even mentioned it, but yeah. We got new staff. We've got a new assistant manager, new business manager. You might even know him, Brian Foley lives over in Fairdale and ran Jackson Oaks, most correctly. And then we have Serena Knowles is our new business manager. We have other new staff starting. Mother's Day was very enjoyable. Good 300-400 people came for lunch on Mother's Day. If you haven't done the Friday night buffet, you need to come to the Friday night buffet.
Done it.
There you go.
All right.
Was it worth it?
Had a good time.
Yeah,
Food was good.
it's a good meal. Good meal.
Oh, we just needed a few more people enjoying it with us.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Bring your friends next time.
Well, I had a couple. All I got, man. What can we do?
No, it's exciting about the new budget coming out. We've got a lot of new things happening. We have new things happening all the time. You just don't see them because most of them are underground. We've dropped probably a couple $1 million into stuff underground.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some of it's some of it's sewer, some of it's water. Well, actually, some of it was sewer and water when we hit the water line, putting in a new electric line. So,
We understand.
so yeah, no, it's an exciting time at the dam. There's no doubt. You gotta come see it.
Okay.
Come by, say hi.
All right. In my rush to get the cake, I left out the water department on some important stuff. We've got some classes that have been completed and certifications gained and appropriate recognition given. We had three increases
Yes.
recently? You want to do them off the top of your head, Tim? Put you on the spot.
We had, Bobby Henson and Glenn Knight completed their 3A water treatment exam. And then we had David Wenzel, the newest employee. He took his 1A water treatment and his class 1 water distribution. And all 3 were successful. So you have 3 new operators.
There you go. 3 higher level certifications, and things been busy starting up the new HMI and a couple of main breaks.
Yep.
Yeah. So takes a lot of work to keep the utilities flowing. So Scott reminded me when we're digging lines and stuff, that's a thankless job. Nobody cares about it until your water's out or you're boiling water, and that's not good. So, all right, Kevin, you got anything? No. No, I'm serious. No. All right. Now, budget workshop.
5:30 Thursday.
Okay, I have a problem. When you sent that date out and I said I would be here, I looked at April and I won't be here, but I still think you'll have plenty of people.
You'll get a budget work or a thing so you can look at it.
Okay, and I may be able to Zoom, but I don't know, we'll be going to Wisconsin, so I don't know.
Okay,
what
just
time.
well, I'll make sure you get
Okay, and I'm sorry, that's my fault.
well, we'll get you on Zoom, we'll get you in.
Okay. We've got,
Before you leave, we do have handouts for the budget, for the workshop, so you'll have that in advance. Glenn and I both have got both the general and the water and sewer together, so you should have that to be able to look at before the meeting.
so he's killing trees on my request. We do budget. I like to take notes on paper, so.
And for those who will be here, there will be food, so you don't have to eat before you get here. We'll have a selection,
Okay, so.
and it's not pizza.
You know, I've been traveling around a little bit too much lately, and in my travels, you see larger cities like Louisville and Lexington and some smaller cities, and read the paper. Everybody's got their communities have got different sets of issues, and Calvert City does too. We're unique like everyone else, but we've got a great thing going here, and I think that with management of our resources and provision of services and amenities, I think we should be very proud of the work that y'all do as council, leading the effort and letting our folks do their jobs and growing as we go. So I love my town. I think we all do. And just felt like after you take a look around and say, my goodness, what are they thinking, or what are they doing? You realize they've got their set of problems. We've got ours. So, and problems are just opportunities in street clothes, right? So there we go. And with that, I would entertain a motion from certain people.
I've got one of them.
Okay, let's have it. We got a second? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned. On to the next phase.
Okay,
There's some cake
I have a question.
in recognition.